Just listen to us all day. Yeah, whoa! What's up? It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. It's the last day of February. We got Baba O'Reilly by The Who playing because it's a filter day. Like we didn't want to waste a theme on just 2 days, you know. So I think, Jake, I've decided that Baba O'Reilly is going to be my filler day. Whenever Jordan's been helping with songs and he has weeks and themes all ready to go. But whenever there's just a random day, because that's one of the better intros to music going. So can't go wrong when you do it on a show. Thoughts?
Hey, Jim.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good.
You're my Bob O'Brien.
It's a shitty title. It should just be called Teenage Wasteland.
Wow. You just pissed off all our 50-plus age listeners.
No, they agree. They probably know it as Teenage Wasteland because
they like that as their fun fact, Jim. That's every old man over 50's fun fact. They live for that song comes on and they meet someone and they go, hey, you know the name of this song? No, it's not Teenage Wasteland. It's Bob O'Reilly.
Yeah. Huh? Well.
Guys live for that.
Do you know it was part of The Who was writing a play, like a musical play about this farmer, and who that's what the song is. He works for his meals, and it's about this farmer, and then they scrapped it. And we're like, well, let's just release that song.
Just hit it.
Yeah, I mean it's a fantastic song.
Good song. Yeah, I think of Paul O'Neill. I thought we were doing as a continuation of Yankees Week.
Is that was that his walk-up song?
I have some vivid memories of that, but I also have a bad brain, so it's one of those things I can't tell you decisively, but okay. In my heart of hearts, I fully believe so.
Okay. All right. It sounds good. Sounds like a song he would choose.
Right? And it fits.
Townshend originally wrote Bob O'Reilly for his Lifehouse project, a rock opera that was to be the follow-up to The Who's 1969 opera, Tommy. So they're all about rock operas.
Bah, bah.
You know my favorite rock opera? Dracula one.
It's a Dracula musical.
It's getting kind of hard to believe things are going to get better. I've been drowning for so long, it's hard to see that the times will turn. And when I see Van Helsing, I swear to the Lord I will slay him. Ha, ha, ha. Blood will drip down his decapitation. I love that movie.
That's good.
I don't know if I got the lyrics right. Should I just play that scene now? At some point, for halftime, I'll play Dracula's Lament.
I think you just did.
It's good. Forgetting Sarah Marshall for those who have no idea what just happened.
Ooh, that'd be really tough. That'd be really tough. That went viral enough at the time. I think people know that one.
Mila Kunis is great in that. Woohoo! Dracula musical!
She's good. I know something that gets overlooked in that scene. We just said if you don't know it, so that means we'll deep dive even further. But there's a cut scene of a man at the bar with his wife just having a blast, and that's kind of where I live. just I think his wife might even hit him for liking it so much.
Yeah, she might give him a nudge.
I think that's kind of the world I live in. Like, okay, I'm at a bar in an island destination. Some guy up there is singing Dracula musical. Hell yes! Pour me another beer and let's see where this lands. So that's what I take away from that scene.
Here we go.
You know, I could play something else. I just think out of context. Dracula musical. Thank you.
It's a great song. Not as good as my version, but here's the original.
This should be the opening song.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of hard to believe things are going to get better. I've been drowning too long to believe that the tide's going to turn. And I've been living too hard to believe things are going to get easier. I'm still trying to shake off the pain and the lessons I've learned. And if I see Van Helsing, I swear to the Lord I will slay him. Ah, 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 you take it from me, but I swear I won't let it be so. Ah, 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 blood will run down his face when he is decapitated. Ah, it's whether my man is how I will let this one go. How much I love you.
All right, well, that's the Dracula musical. How did we get into that? Where Bob O'Reilly was supposed to be for a rock opera. There we go.
There you go. Where's Jason Segel been?
That's a good question. I know that he was pretty he was over, what show was he on? How I Met Your Mother. Like, he hated that.
Yeah, that ended in 2014, and then I see a movie I recognize there, Sex Tape. It was him and Cameron Diaz. They basically make a sex tape, upload it to the cloud, spend the whole movie trying to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, at least I remember that coming out. That was 2014, though. I mean, we're coming up on 5 years.
He did the David Foster Wallace movie. I watched that one with.
Is that good? That was 2015.
I don't think you'd enjoy it. It's about David Foster Wallace is a writer. He wrote this movie. He wrote this book that's like a million thousand pages that people love, but it makes you really sad and suicidal. David Foster Wallace killed himself. So, and then it looks like he did a movie called The Discovery. I have no idea what this is. 2 years after the afterlife is scientifically proven, a man attempts to help a young woman break away from her dark past. So yeah, it looks like it was a Netflix movie that flopped. So I don't know what he's been up to. He hasn't done
Redford.
He hasn't done anything like comedy.
Yeah, it looks like he tried going the serious route, and it's not working.
Yeah, he's producing a TV show right now. And he's writing and producing a TV show called Dispatches from Elsewhere right now. So that's, I guess, what he's putting all of his time and effort into. And
he's coming out in the movie The Friend. It looks like Casey Affleck, Dakota Johnson, some of your faves. That looks like a 2020 thing. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of nuts because I know one thing that shocked me, and I don't know if you just saw it, but do you know how old he is?
46.
39.
What?
Isn't that surprising?
Usually you're surprised by how old they are, not by how young they are.
I guess it's kind of shocking that, like, forgetting Sarah Marshall and Knocked Up, I mean, he was mid to late 20s.
Yeah, he got his start on Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, so
with James
how about
Franco.
that? 39.
Him, James Franco, and Seth Rogen all got their start together on Freaks and Geeks.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. How you doing?
That's your Jason Segel update.
Is your brain better? Yesterday your brain was...
Brain's a little better. I mean, I was going to say my life is Swiss cheese. That's a weird way to say anything. I'm going to Salt Lake City today. And in my head, it didn't all come together so quickly like that. But yeah, going out there, seeing some of the girlfriend's family and skiing and stuff. So that would be nice, but I'm like, did the old unpack, wash, and it's going right back into a bag. And I mean, classic girlfriend stuff. Because we're traveling with other gear, we're just gonna share one big suitcase. The suitcase is fully packed. She's just like, "Oh, if I need to take something out, let me know." And it's like, "Yeah, I need you to take half of it out. You're not sharing the suitcase." So that's what I'm doing after this, more or less. Brain's working better. Had a coffee this morning. I'm already rolling.
I'm about to take my first sip of coffee.
Nice, dude. And yeah, yesterday was just straight travel, body and mind didn't feel right the whole day. So now back to it.
There's this season of True Detective, Mahershala Ali's character.
Sure.
As an old man, he's trying to remember this case, and he has a line that says, "My whole brain's a bunch of missing pieces." And I thought maybe Jay can relate to that.
Oh yeah. Well, me and Mahershala always saw it. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I got a lot of work to do today, and that's exciting. I thought of a fun little Instagram silly video for the Yankee machine.
Nice.
Because, well, I'll just give it away on Jomboy Jake Radio.
Wow.
I think it's interesting. The ones that I think interesting don't get a lot of love because they're usually historical. But Yogi Berra invented putting his finger outside of his baseball glove.
Right.
Because he broke his finger, and now like every baseball player in the world does that. Brett Gardner invented wearing an oven mitt while stealing bases because he broke his finger.
Right.
Now the oven mitt is in the Hall of Fame. I don't. Those are true. So that's interesting. Both Yankees. I can make a video like the Yankees not only are baseball players, but they're inventors and finger protectors.
Sure.
So the line there. Now, Jake, Nick Johnson is who my brain credits for wearing that thumb thing.
The thumb thing. Yep.
I don't know if Nick Johnson invented that or if he was the first player to bring it to the MLB, but I know he was at the forefront of the thumb thing. That's what I got to figure out. Because if I can lump Nick Johnson in there, then I got 3 finger protector inventions that Yankees invented. And that's a good tidbit.
I mean, that's certain schools get known for certain things. I guess that could be the Yankees thing. You wonder if there's something behind it. Gene Monahan shout out, something like that. I mean, not Yogesh, but yeah, good. The Yankees are inventors.
I don't know how to Google that. I just Googled Nick Johnson thumb thing.
I mean, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I don't know what that thumb thing is called.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yesterday I didn't do much. Got our Talking Yanks in. I think people thought I was high. I read that in the comments. People thought I was high during Talking Yanks last night.
Yeah, now that the lid's off on that, people take that whenever they want. Easy out.
Yeah, whenever I say something remotely like silly, Jimmy's high. I only get high right before bed, guys. And one time on Talking Songs, and I was way too. I couldn't even talk, so I had to edit it a bunch.
Just an episode of Songs, then.
Ha! Ha! Oh, the soundboard program just gave me an update. Said there's a new version. I wonder if it's got new features.
Wow, you love features.
That would be exciting. Maybe I can play like a million. Maybe I can make the soundboard make you sound cooler. That would really help the show.
Sure.
Here we go. Brandon Nimmo of the Mets tried to cook himself a chicken dinner. He didn't cook it. He got himself sick. He was throwing up all night. Mickey Callaway, the Mets manager, says that maybe the Mets need to teach him how to cook. Shut up, Brandon Nimmo. Giants GM Gettleman. Is that how you say it? Gettleman. He came up to the podium. He opened up with, I did not sign Odell to trade him. He kind of buried Lauletta a little bit, said he's got to do all the right stuff for all the right reasons. You can't go to bed at night worrying if he's going to come in on time. Burn Lauletta. This is the same Lauletta that got bumped over on the depth chart last year from Sherman, for people who didn't understand that either. They say, Ellsworth here to stay. Ellsworth. They say Eli's here to stay. Jets GM says he's open to trading back with any team. He wants to trade their top pick for a gluttony of other stuff. And the Yankees are playing. Bird homered, and the Mets are playing, and the Rangers are out of it, and the Islanders are doing well, and the Devils are doing bad, and the Nets lost last night, and the Knicks, I don't even know if they played. I apologize for the bad Tri-State Minute. I put those on the board last night. I didn't rearrange them into sentences my brain liked, and I tried to power through it. It didn't work.
How do you?
Apologize. We do have big news from Giants news, because there's a lot going on. Because what's coming up? The Combine's coming up, so they're in front of the media and they're talking to the media again. So a lot of stuff is funny. The Eli stuff is huge. Sounds like Eli's coming back. They say that this was the quote. Well, I think Eli can help us win games. And he proved when the players around him started playing better that he can play at a very high level and help us win games. So at this point, I want Eli back. Seems like that's at face value. They're going to want Eli back. Saquon Barkley liked a tweet saying Eli was going to come back, which maybe wasn't even him. Could be a social media team. What do you got on this, Jake? You think he's going to be back? It seems like they just said Eli's coming back.
We saw this coming, Jim.
Yeah, we did. We said this like halfway through the season.
Halfway through the season, we saw Eli's stats when they started that winning streak to win out. They came off, and Odell was talking about them winning out, and they won 2 or 3 in a row. I mean, we saw it happening, and it was exactly what played out. Eli ended up last year with a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, essentially 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. They started playing better football down the stretch. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're not shocked. I think it's this time it has to be like whether it's Haskins or not Haskins in the draft. Like now they need a plan. Like if you bring in someone to actually compete with Eli, like he can't be offended anymore. They were 3-12 last year. They were 5-11 last year, 3-12 the year before that. And he's going to be 38 this year. So yeah, like you have to have a plan outside of your boy Kyle Lauletta, who is getting poo-pooed on. They need Haskins or a first-round quarterback, or at least a high second-round quarterback to be like. So if the ship does start to go downhill again for the Giants, they can actually put someone in there with a glimpse of hope. Because I mean, eventually that was the problem with Eli. Like there's no hope. We're 5-11. We're still rolling Eli out there. We can't even trust Lauletta to get on the field. So yeah,
it's a tricky situation because if you are going to roll the dice with Eli as your quarterback in an attempt to win in the next season, then you almost need to use this first-round draft pick to help win in this upcoming season. Or you can not choose to try and win and get Haskins and have him sit for a year, be a mentor, but then that's giving up on this season. Like they need to use a guy from the draft to help win this year. I mean, the offensive line's brutal. So like Eli's staying to win. This is what I'm getting. Eli is staying to win. If he's the starting majority of the games, Eli has said he doesn't want to play mentor. He wants to be the starter. He's got a 2-year window left of being able to win. He's not ditching winning. So if Eli's the starter and you're chasing a Super Bowl next season, you have to use this 6th-round pick to draft someone that's going to help that process that you can put on the field right away And that's confusing because then you're doomed for when Eli leaves, or you're waiting on another quarterback, but then you're gonna have to trade a bunch to get up to that pick. I don't know. And then Gettleman also said that he wants to leave the franchise with a franchise quarterback. Like that's what he wants to leave his legacy, just like the guy who drafted Eli. So it's confusing because if they get Haskins, the beautiful story is like, he splits time with Eli. Eli mentors him. He takes over. Eli doesn't want to do that. And the Giants are saying they want to win next year. And that's not part of that plan.
Yeah, it also I mean, it depends what they like. I mean, Haskins is the only quarterback that some people are saying should be a top 10 pick or so. Some people don't even believe that. So I don't know. If you're the Giants and you like him, I think you take him and you don't say the year's over. You say, Eli, like, yo, I'm sorry. These are the rules. This is the last, this is your last chance to get the reins. We have to be prepared for more. You can't let one draft pick necessarily hold you back from competing or think you have a chance. But at the same time, if they don't like Haskins, it lets them play up that storyline you just said. They can do we saw Haskins out there, but we believe in Eli. We believe in this team, so we wanted to get the most talent we could, which, I mean, could kind of be win-win, especially if you don't believe in the QB talent in the draft. So go Giants.
Yeah. And the Jets say that they're going to trade their pick to get a gluttony of picks, which is smart. They should definitely trade that pick. They have a quarterback. They have like the flashy players kind of. If they can get multiple players for one player, seems smart.
Yeah, everyone was laughing because the way they phrased it, and I think it was on Francesa, that they were like, yeah, they asked them if they trade back with the Giants. They're like, yeah, as long as we get the right amount of assets back, we'll trade with anyone. And I think the headline that like ESPN came out with was the Jets would like to trade for a lot of picks. There's literally something along those lines. Jets looking to deal number 3 pick for draft haul. And it's like, cool. Yep. Bingo.
Yeah.
Same.
Got anything on Nimmo not knowing how to cook?
Yeah, I like this. I like this a little bit. I think it shows, obviously some youth. This guy's been caught up in playing baseball. And the story that I liked about it that leaked today was he was so proud of himself, he sent a picture to his wife or girlfriend. He's like, look how good this meal I made was. Poisoned himself.
I did the opposite when I was first teaching myself how to cook. I overcooked chicken.
Yeah.
I was so scared of doing what he did.
Yeah, I still do that. If I'm on a grill and any burger, steak, meat, hyper confident about. Chicken, I just don't have the vibe yet on the grill.
Oh yeah, I'm a chicken. I cook a lot of chicken. So
on the grill?
I've cooked chicken on the grill before, but not a lot of times on the grill.
Yeah.
Usually I'm going stovetop oven, foodie ninja.
It just takes longer than the other meat, so I think that's what gets me worried.
Well, because you can't like eat it partially rare like you can meat.
Right. There's so many times that I feel like I'm confident with how I've cooked the chicken, and then I do like one last like cut in or flip, and it's like completely raw, and I'm like, oh boy.
Oh brother.
I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm Brandon Nimmo.
Whoa. Let's go to the national news.
Come on, Ruxenstein. Draft day, Johnny Manziel. Johnny gets cut from his CFL league. We saw some AAF tweets. Johnny also got duped on the Twitter sphere by reacting to a fake account that said he was signing with an AAF team. Tough day, Johnny. Speaking of short quarterbacks, you know who just measured up at the combine, Jim? Your boy, Kyler Murray. 5'10.1", 207 pounds. We'll talk about if that means anything. Celtics lose 4 straight. The trapped elevator Trailblazers escape Boston with a victory. Tennessee wins on a controversial charge. Block call. Old Miss fans throw garbage all over the court. Dwayne Wade with an all-time buzzer beater against Golden State in South Beach last night. And Indiana, University of Pennsylvania, you heard that right, forgot their unis versus Edinburgh. Edinburgh let them wear their jerseys, and Indiana, University of Pennsylvania beat them in their own jerseys.
What was that last story?
So, Division II, Indiana, University of Pennsylvania. So you got that?
Yep.
They forgot their unis.
Okay.
So they show up to play Edinburgh, and they go, oh, shoot, we forgot our unis. And so Edinburgh's like, okay, I guess you guys can use our road uniforms and play us. And Indiana University of Pennsilvania is like, what I think they're like they're ranked number 2 in Division II basketball or something like that. So they won. So I don't know, man. The more I thought about this, I was like, dude, that sucks. Having an opposing team come to your school, wear your uniforms, and then kick your ass. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's not fun. I mean, it's interesting, like, if you're guarding the guy wearing your jersey, because, tall people are probably going to, size-wise, like a center's probably going to wear the other center's jersey.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's like a whole, that's a mind fuck.
I don't know if I'd like that. There's a old baseball story, the 1913 Reds. They lost to the Cubs while dressed as the White Sox. Is that an even bigger mindfuck? You think you're playing the White Sox because they're White Sox uniforms, but it's actually the Reds are wearing the White Sox uniforms?
I think with the colors there, it gets interesting. The Reds are wearing the White Sox. I don't know. I think this is just stuff. This is getting beat on your own turf by yourselves.
It's like a better version of you. The coach is like, no, we're going to take that team home now.
Yeah. Trade back.
Trade back. All right, what else do we have here? Dwayne Wade's buzzer beater was awesome. I should go watch this. That's how awesome it was.
You should go watch this. So, kind of a classic NBA and what Golden State's been doing. It was in Miami, and they were wearing their new Miami Vice uniforms. They had the court Miami Vice out, so it looked good. Miami was up 24 at one point. Golden State comes back. They take the lead. It looks like they're going to win it. Miami runs a end-of-game chaos play that ends up with Dwayne Wade taking a three-point shot and getting blocked. He, double pumps, gets blocked, and it comes right back to him. And then he's got 1 foot over the line, 1 foot behind the line. So to make it a three-point shot, he lifts up his front foot, and it does like a Dirk, almost wrong foot fadeaway, tosses it up. His back was to the basket, tosses it up, 2 hands, backboard down, buzzer, game. Place erupted because it's, vintage. They call it vintage Dwayne Wade, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of not. It's watching old Dwayne Wade.
That's a circus.
Do anything to survive. So, yeah, it was actually a really cool scene.
The celebration's good. He jumps right up on the scorer's table.
Yeah, at first he was, and what I liked about it, at first he was so shocked that it happened that he wasn't he was like, okay, wow, that just went in. That was kind of awesome. And then he was like, oh shoot, this is my last season. I hit a game winner. I think I got to ham this up a little bit.
Well, it's fun because he hammed it up because it was so ridiculous. Like, if that's just a regular three-pointer walk-off, you can't do that stuff.
Right, you peacock. You cross the arms like, I got this.
Yeah, he jumped up on the scorer's table, starts banging his chest because he's like, yep, all me, but it's a circus shot. It's like, you can only do that when it's partially like luck. It's not like luck, but crazy.
Yeah, and people, I don't know. I think
I don't like those Miami Vice things, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm in on that. And I think there's it's one of those weird, normally in a moment like that, you kind of walk away and you're just like, yo, that was awesome. And then, I don't know, you're driving home 2 hours later and you're like, yo, that's going to be a highlight forever. Like I was at the Butt Fumble game. That was kind of our thought. When it happens, you're stunned. I think knowing that it's like Dwayne Wade's last hurrah, people get more oomph from it because they're like, oh shoot, we're gonna see that replay forever.
Yeah, it'll be on the jumbotrons forever, and people are gonna say, "Oh wow, yeah, remember that."
And more of a James Francis. That's James Francis Widman. I always want to go there. So this is for James Francis Widman. Tennessee. You'd like the end of this game too, Jim. So Ole Miss has a chance to, I forget if it's tie it or win with a 3. There's not a ton of time left. So the guy goes in heave mode, and a Tennessee player jumps in front of him, and they called it a charge, which it was tight. I could see it being called a charge. But yeah, Ole Miss football school trying to do basketball. Fans start going nuts. I don't know if it was like paper cup night at the stadium or something, but they basically, the coach freaks out. All the fans start throwing stuff. Then the coach likes it for a second, and then he's like, oh shoot, I'm the coach. I have to stop this. So then he goes into coach kind of patrol mode.
I want to see, I'm trying to find video of them actually throwing stuff on the court. It looks like they're like trying to take it off video.
Take it off.
Like that. I just watched the replay of the game, and it didn't have the shots of them throwing it on the court, which is what I want to watch. But they're probably, saying let's not promote that.
Yeah, I think your best bet for that would probably be the Twitter sphere.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, kind of fun. Not kind of fun.
No,
pretty bad. But
yeah, that's definitely something where I've matured or whatever. Where like now I'm like, don't, that sucks. Don't throw stuff on the court. College me is probably like, oh well, they fucking deserved it. They blew the call. All right, get my 2 cents in, like that.
Yeah.
But it's just shitty. It's just like a shitty thing to do.
It's not good. Doesn't end up helping. And Jim, your Celtics are in a slide right now.
Hold on, say that again.
Your Celtics are in a slide right now.
Yeah, fuck my fingers, huh?
Yeah.
Because I knew the trapped elevator results in a win. It's almost a great tactic as a coach. You want to win the next game, trap your guys in an elevator for 30 minutes and let them galvanize themselves into a unit.
I know it's funny. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but you get stuck in an elevator. I feel like a lot of people have had it happen. If you haven't, you should do everything once. I have a memory freshman year. We're locked in an elevator with some guys. There's like 7 of us. And you start doing, you do some fake survival mode jokes, blah, blah, blah. And I guess they did that and they were recording it. That like one guy had two like power bars. So he ate one and then he was like, the rest of you can fight for this other one. Dude, they're monster humans. Like I said, I was in an elevator with 7 people. There were 7 trailblazers in the elevator, except they're the size of 2 humans.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a big elevator.
That's tight, man.
Maybe it's a big elevator.
Yeah, so it shambles and busts and
was it after a workout? Like what if it's they got like pre-workout in them, and because then it's a gas chamber.
Well, that's what we were saying, and I think you're absolutely right. I think everyone knows whether they're athletic friends or someone who are still athletes or however you want to think about it. Yeah, you're getting a lot of protein farts either way. So that elevator was a bad time.
That's why it led to a win.
Unites the team.
We got a question in the chat from Vince Mora. Wants to know what you want the Broncos to do with the 10th pick.
Get better players, ideally. They're I don't know. They're kind of in the catch-22 right now. You just brought in a defensive coach. Your defense is the strength of your team. You brought in Flacco. So it's kind of do you bring in a good defensive player and go full out like we're going to own defense. Let's do whatever we can on offense. They've tried to do that for a few years to no success because their offense has been terrible. But I mean, it's kind of tough. Like I don't know who they draft that you're like, yep, the offense is great now because there's not going to be a quarterback there unless they go off the deep end and get Kyler or something. So they probably go defense and try to make that a strength again. And I don't know, they'll say we have to play Mahomes and Phillip Rivers for 4 games a season now. So yeah.
Okay. That's the half a time. What time are you leaving for?
Half a time.
Half a time. What time are you leaving for this thing?
God, I think like 1 noon. I don't know.
Nice. So are we recording tonight? Late night record for tomorrow?
Late night, or I think we'd still be fine for early tomorrow because I'll be up. Gotta hit the slopes earls, you know.
Yep. Cool.
So I gotta figure that out.
Cool. All right, let's go into the news.
I read the news today, oh boy, and the news was rather sad. I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A man who dipped his testicles into a customer's salsa on a food delivery has been arrested. Ohio Sonic workers abandoned their restaurant and posted a note on the door saying, due to terrible management, the whole store has quit. Not only one store, multiple stores have quit because new Sonic management doesn't care about the working man. Two people were arrested fighting over crab legs. I think it was one elderly white man and a younger black woman, I think. Interesting fight. Wish we had the video. Gangs in England are using vacuum cleaners to suck cash from parking meters. Sounds like the gangs in England are a bunch of homeless losers. Why don't you get some guns and kill each other like cool gangs in America? A detective is facing the sack. This is a British thing. So a detective is facing firing for farting on duty and constantly calling people cunts. A CBC journalist files a complaint with police after his ear was being licked on live air report doing a remote from a comedian's strike. A man who went viral for buying $540 worth of Girl Scout cookies has been arrested in a DEA drug bust.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Where do you want to go, Jake? We got a bunch of fun stories today.
I can't believe you said that C word.
I was quoting the person.
Well, it doesn't say that.
It's hard to say C***T.
Yeah, it says C***T. So I'm a little appalled by you. Viral Girl Scout cookies. So we've got a guy. He takes a happy pic with a couple young Girl Scouts. I mean, the easy joke here would be weed, right? Like if this guy has a bunch of weed, that's why he bought these Girl Scout cookies.
Super high.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the easy, lazy joke, but also like I don't know. I'm reading the article and I don't see what kind of drugs it was, and then also.
Oh, it's right here. The DEA official said the viral photo from this weekend had nothing to do with the agency's federal drug charges. So, I mean, okay, let's not take away the nice deed. Dude was doing some drug stuff on one side of his life. On the other side, he was supporting the Girl Scouts.
Okay, so it was heroin, cocaine, and fentanyl.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Girl Scouts had some quote like, "Oh, I don't know, he seemed like a nice man, so that's good."
Could have been. Could have been.
And yeah, man, you know, you can't put that drug money in a bank account, so he bought some cookies. Everything about this story checks out and has a happy ending, except him getting busted for selling drugs. Al
Capone invented the food kitchen, the soup kitchen, you know? Bad guys can do nice things.
Amen.
Amen. Click the link of the man accused of dipping his testicles in customer salsa. So
I thought you'd be going there.
Well, look at the picture of him. This was
Yeah.
upsetting to me because it says 31-year-old, and
Right.
I don't identify as close to being this guy's age, which was what I found out. I was like, man, he was old, and I was like, fuck, I'm 30, so that sucked. And he wasn't even the delivery driver, Jake.
Right.
And he posted on Snapchat, "This is what you get when you only tip 89 cents," and it was his balls being dipped into salsa. Now he's arrested
Yeah.
for like adultering. Oh wow, they have the video. I didn't actually watch the video.
Yeah.
Not interested. That's fucked. Don't mess with people's foods. I worked at Domino's for a while, and I don't ever remember anyone messing with anyone's food while I worked there.
I mean, technically we did because we just let all the drunk college kids go back there and make their own food.
In a gross way or rude way. Like, nothing ever got delivered that was like, oh, fuck this, I'm going to spit in their food. Like,
right.
I think that happens far less than people like think it would.
Then they like to depict, yeah. Yeah, and he's on camera saying, "Oh, it feels good on my testicles."
Yeah. He dipped it in the salsa and said, "Oh, it feels good."
So
he's a hairy fella, which that sucks.
That's one of those things that stays with you.
Yeah.
That stays with you. Speaking of the food service industry, James.
Yeah.
What do you got going on in Ohio, brother?
Man, they're mad. These Sonic employees are mad. I have they wrote, like, there's a bunch of notes because there's a bunch of walkouts. And one note's kind of bland. This other note's long, but it's a doozy of a read. Do you want me to give you some snippets?
Please.
Okay. This is the management team at Lancaster. Now, I will say this. Before reading this, you think, oh, the Sonic employees walked out, and you're just thinking, teenage fast food front-end employees. These are like all the managers and stuff that were working there for years, and you'll hear about this. We would just like to tell you, because you are the most trashiest company we have ever seen. To hide such information from your team is unbelievably selfish and inconsiderate to the people you care about, in quotes. You guys push someone who has 11 years of Sonic under their belt for someone who has only been in the company for 6 months. She was loyal and would and did anything you, Lance, asked her. She gave 11 years of her blood, sweat, and tears into this company, only to get nothing but backstabbed. So what makes you think that anyone else would want to work for someone as sleazy as you? So since 11 years practically means shit to this company anymore, you lost another 9 years, and 8 years, and 5 years, and 2 years, and 2 years, and 1 year. Lance, you let people work underneath the table at your stores, but makes other stores feel like shit because their labor is high. Why you have 8 workers on the same shift, but only 4 people on your clock? You manipulate and try to come off to be this wonderful guy, but the more I get to know you, the more shady you appear to be. You knew the entire time that the company was getting sold. By the way, GMs, you'll find this out tomorrow. Threw Sherry under the bus to save your ass, and you practically lost her position. This is a joke. You're a joke. You say racist things. You put people down and make them feel below you. You push people to make them better, or say you can do better than this. Blah, blah, blah. Do what I do for a week and see if you last. It's hard to take criticism from someone who is the laziest person ever. I now understand why this store can't keep a general manager. It wasn't because they were horrible. It's because they were as grimy as you, Lance. But they just got caught by the right person. Signed, The Breakfast Club.
You went for it. You went for it. Yeah, signing The Breakfast Club, power play.
Yes.
Like, not only are we mad, we already have a nickname.
Yeah, and it comes from a TV show because we're not that original.
Movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently they were taking some of the employees from like minimum wage to like the waiter.
Yeah,
like $4 an hour with tips, which that is kind of fucked up. Like
Super
Sonic isn't a big like tip place. It's not like, hey, we got $40 of Sonic for the car. Here you go. Like, here's a big old tip. Like, people are like, this place is kind of weird. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
No
one's tipping Sonic. Yeah.
So I'm half on the Sonic side, and I've always loved I don't know, like I'm sure new ownership came in and they had one of these meetings and they were like, yeah, we're gonna switch over the servers to kind of more of a restaurant model, so they're gonna have lower salaries, but tell them they should expect higher tips, and you're gonna get some backlash, but just play through it. And then boom, like no, no, they're not. So I like it.
Shout out to Lance for being a dick.
Lance
will make you dance. All right, Jake, this next story I needed to tell you because I read it is the detective facing the sack for farting on duty and constantly saying cunt.
Right. Well, we don't know what he was saying.
Oh, sexist much? Thinking it's a guy? Wow.
We don't know what they were saying.
It's a woman. She's 44, and she's basically Melissa McCartney. So there's this police station in this small town in Wales.
Sure.
In a town called like Gwerty or something like that. Listen to what she is accused of doing. Farting outside her sergeant's office, telling a suspect you're driving like a C word, asking a junior colleague if he wanted to have an affair with a fatter, uglier, older woman, asking another colleague in a busy station for a thrush cream. What's a thrush cream? That's something sexual? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not Googling that.
Yeah, okay. So she responds to each of these allegations, Jake. About saying the C word, she said that's just the nature of the place, and the C word had replaced the F word for her. She admitted that breaking wind outside the sergeant's office. She admitted breaking wind outside the sergeant's office, but insisted that it wasn't deliberate. And then where's the good one? Speaking about the junior colleague she propositioned, she said, I met the officer a couple of months ago. There was a bit of banter. I don't know how the conversation started, but we started speaking about whether he had a girlfriend or children. I said, well, if you ever fancy an affair with a fatter, uglier, older woman who wears glasses, I have a number. He said, no, thank you. In response, I pretended to throw up in my mouth, and he walked away.
I'm really worried about thrush. Speaking about the thrush incident, she said I wasn't suffering from thrush at the time, so I wasn't asking her some literally, which has me just really confused what that phrase means. Yeah, no, I think the internet's going to rally around this person because I think she is a folk hero to some people. And yeah, I mean, this is why I'm kind of out of the working world, because I think I've done all of this.
Uncomplicated thrush is common. About 75% of women will have vaginal thrush in their lifetime. Thrush is caused by a fungal infection that lives in the vagina, often without causing symptoms. So yeah.
Still going.
Gross. How much would you give me if I Google imaged vaginal thrush?
$0.
I'm gonna do it.
I know.
Okay, it's not that gross. It just looks like a gross tongue. Tongue with a lot of canker-sores on it.
Okay.
The affair line's pretty good. Like that's straight out of a Melissa McCartney movie.
Yeah, I mean, I used to use similar phrases around the office, and I mean, then she mentions using a Borat voice and saying rather out than in. Like I've done very similar acts to that. So yeah, I think the internet's gonna rally around her here.
You hope so, because you relate to her is what happened.
No, I don't hope so. I believe so. If not, I completely understand it.
She said she went up to the guy who she offered the affair with because he was kind of like grossed out.
Sure.
And I was like, I was just kidding. He was like, I knew. I still wasn't into it.
Yeah.
That'll happen. All right. This weekend, we have the Honda Classic, Jake, in which I forgot to make a pick. So I'm sitting out this one. and letting everyone else win. Okay? You forgot to make a pick as well?
Oh, I chose not to make a pick to let everyone else win. So I was
Yeah.
doing it to be nice. You just forgot and you're trying to scramble.
No,
But
I
there's
did
no way I forgot.
No, I did the same thing, and I thought I'd play it off as forgot, even though it was really just to be nice and let someone else win once. But we have a lot of people chose Adam Scott, Sam from the Jersey Shore, Ben Church, OGB, Ma 15105, golfers other than Tiger are all on the Adam Scott bandwagon.
Big
Brooks
Adam Scott
Koepka.
Sergio week, Jim.
Yep. So we will keep this monitored. Thankfully, Jake and I abstained from competing.
You got to give the fans one.
Got to give the fans one to win, and that's your golf update.
I was pretty pissed. I was actually very mad. It was my first thought when I woke up, and I woke up at 6:30 Mountain Time, and that was too late to make a pick. So I was fuming for the first 10 minutes I was awake, which is a bad world to wake up into.
Fuming because you didn't get the pick in time?
Yep.
Okay, well, hopefully this will make you feel better.
It's the better the day, better the day, better the day.
Whoa! Jake's bet of the day. It's the bet of the day. Yesterday he lost, and so did I, but my brain kind of won, and my fingers betrayed it. I am now 17-17. My fingers, I want to cut this motherfucker off for making that mistake yesterday. And you are 19-15. You're on a 2-game losing streak, which is tough. So how do you feel?
Is that right? What are the two I missed? I missed the Celts last night.
Oh, you're on a 1-game losing streak.
Okay, there we go. Straighten that out.
I apologize.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I said my logic yesterday, and I'm completely fine with that losing bet. Celts have been all over the board. Thought there was a chance they recover. If not, I was going to enjoy some tears for a night. It's done. Now I will pick a winner, James.
Okay.
And we're going to keep it in the NBA. Didn't love the college slate. Didn't like what I was seeing. And you know what, Jim? I'm going to take a shot at one of our super fans.
You going Magic? Who are the Magic playing? The Warriors?
Warriors Magic, baby.
Okay. I think I know who I'm taking, but I got to know the spread, but I'm pretty positive I know who I'm taking.
Okay. Golden State is favored by 6.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy money.
Easy money?
Yeah, it's easy.
Now you have me freaked out. I'm thinking
easy.
of changing my pick.
Why?
Oh, you have me so spooked right now.
What's wrong?
Because you're cold.
My brain's not cold.
You're cold. That's even worse, Jim. That means the whole world around you is working to keep you cold. So the fact that you think you have a beat on this just has me so freaked out.
I mean, I know. I know how this. I know which one wins.
I might have to audible.
Where's the game being played?
You know what? Life's too short, Jim. Life's too short. You freaked out this whole bet. We're going with the over of 226.5. And we're hammering the over.
Okay. Well, who are you going to take to win?
Golden State.
Yeah, it was with you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I couldn't take it.
They just got embarrassed by that.
You're freakishly cold right now. I just have to get away from your aura.
That buzzer beater just embarrassed them. It shouldn't
away from your aura.
It shouldn't have, but embarrassed them. Golden State's gonna go off tonight.
Just away from your aura.
I mean, I'm hammering the over. It's awesome.
God.
It's a great call.
Oh boy.
Because Golden State, they shouldn't feel embarrassed by that Wade. basket, but they are embarrassed. And it's the national highlight, and now they're going to go off. It's easy. This is the easiest pick. You're so smart.
Wow.
I only said it because I thought you would take it as
This is the end of sentence.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're right. I think the Warriors are just going to full out blitz. This is a big game in the Magic's head movies. They're 7-3 in their last 10.
I think that it looks like Vegas got lazy with this pick too, because the last time they played, it was 110 to 116, so it was 226.
Yeah, they just put it on the board.
So Vegas was like, yeah, we'll just do that one again.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see one of those games where the Magic have like I'd say 90 or so through 3 quarters. I think the over is going to be there. They're going to want to blitz this so hard that they can sit out the whole fourth quarter. And I think it'll be close to that, but the Magic are pesky. The Warriors won't actually care on defense. They'll give up some buckets. So points. We're going points tonight.
Go the ball.
What's your official bet, though?
My official bet. Let me see if I can get this motherfucker.
Careful with those fat hobbit fingers.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
There it is.
Nailed the button.
Nailed the button.
Hit that button. So good. So we both agree. Warriors are gonna not only blow the doors off the place, they're gonna beat Magic's Magic. I said Magic as if I was talking about. They're gonna beat Magic Sam's Magic.
We're Magic Sam's gonna be all on us for this one, but it's the bet of the day.
Yeah. Well, he's a swamp person.
Ooh.
Lives in a swamp. Swamp's so bad they had to build a Magic Kingdom to act like it was nice. Should I just rip on Orlando some more? I love when I rip on Orlando.
You love ripping on Orlando. Do whatever feels right, Big Daddy.
I only like ripping on Orlando because Magic Sam, I know he listens.
So I'm a Magic Sam.
You think Magic Sam likes Penny Hardaway?
Yes.
Who doesn't? That's the big question.
Some people.
Oh yeah. All right, that's the end of the show today. Jake, what are your parting words?
Goodbye.